Shri Tarit Baran Topdar is also not present. Shri R.C. Paul, again absent. Shri Madhu Sudal Hussain, दूसरी पार्टी के लिए छोड़ो. श्री नारायण अठवाले,
speak in his place.
ठीक, आप बोलिए.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I must compliment the Railway Minister for his stand that he just announced while intervening in the debate, that those states who have come and met him, he has already sorted out their issues. And he mentioned names of few states like Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Orissa and some other states. And he also volunteered and offered it that if the state MPs from West Bengal go and come and see him, he will definitely be able to sort out their issues. Sir, I feel he also considers Maharashtra in that category, so that we can go to him, explain to him our issues, and we'll be able to get it sorted out from him. Because Mumbai, which is the capital of the state, contributes significantly towards the revenue of the railways, and I think he'll be definitely be able to sort out the issues pertaining to our states. Sir, many members in this budget. Sir, many members have expressed their concerns about the security and the security of the passengers who travel by the railways. I would not like to say that in case of railway passengers in Mumbai, because for railways in Mumbai, there is no place for passengers to get in. So there is no possibility of any dacoity taking place in the past, because there is no thieves can also enter. The railway lines is that crowded. So I think I will not be able to share the concerns of the passenger on that count.
भीड़ ज्यादा हो तो जेब कतरे तो आ जाते हैं.
So sir, I would like also to draw his attention to the new project that the railway undertook and has successfully completed, called Konkan Railways. Sir, I happen to represent that constituency. I belong to Konkan and must compliment the railway authorities and the railway minister for completing this project in a record time. Sir, this was envisaged and it was contemplated as a project of socio-economic development. Sir, this project is now due for completion, and as per your statement, it is about 95 to 97% complete, and but for certain developments that are taking place in Goa, it is 98% complete. So I think it is now on the verge of completion. So it is a time to take stock about what we have attained by this new project. Sir, when it is a socio-economic development project, it is needless to say that the local people must be absorbed in employment of such a massive project. Sir, this railway project has been completed only because there are thousands of people who virtually donated the lands to railway authorities. Sir, those who signed the documents, it must be only singular example of how people have really contributed towards the development of this project. Is these various farmers, poor farmers, offered the land even without knowing how much compensation they are going to get. Sir, many of these farmers have not yet got compensation for the precious land that they have parted with. Sir, I would appeal to the railway minister to immediately constitute a tribunal to go into the demands and the claims of various farmers and must settle the disputes immediately. Sir, the railway project of this magnitude has cost several hundred crores. I think it is more than 2,000 crores probably. The component of land value in that is hardly anything, and it is a time that railway authorities really consider seriously about compensating the farmers at market price. Otherwise, we will be failing in duty if we call it a socio-economic development project when the social aspect of the project are neglected. Sir, there are many people who have offered the land and they have not yet got compensation. Is another aspect, but the policy of the government should be, and which has been demanded by me personally to the railway, the Konkan Railway chairman, Mr. Sridharan, that those who are displaced persons should be given priority while getting jobs. Sir, this is not adhered to, though we call it a Konkan Railway. The region of Konkan, which is there in Maharashtra, the employment has been given to people who are not even residents of Maharashtra. So I think, sir, I would really request that the policy of granting jobs to locals and particularly the displaced persons who have offered their land should be scrupulously followed, and this tribunal that I am requesting should also look into this aspect very seriously. Sir, the railway starts from Kurla to go to Sawantwadi. Sir, this is a new project, so I will not blame our officers in the railway board for not knowing the spelling of Sawantwadi properly. They have misspelled the spelling in the annual report called Sawantwadi. So this is something which is a backward region, has to receive a backward treatment, is understandable. But sir, this railway starts from Kurla, which is a faraway place, and it is not convenient to any of the passengers boarding the train or alighting from it while they come from Kokad. So my request, sir, to Railway Minister is to please start this train from Dadar, and the terminating point also should be Dadar, which is a real demand of all the people, and I feel this is something which is very simple, could be done, and I am sure the Railway Minister, while offering his reply, would certainly consider this demand instantly. Sir, there has been several tracks which were while laid or the railway lines were developed. So many institutions, so many houses have been damaged. It is a bounden responsibility of the railway authorities to restore those, and I think this also should be done immediately, because the monsoon is going to come and there will be real loss of property and life to thousands of people unless this restoration activity is taken place immediately on a war footing. Sir, there are so many employees who are taken in employment by the Konkan Railway Corporation because to complete this project. So my first request to Railway Minister is not to dismantle this Konkan Railway Corporation, because this organization is one of the finest examples of success, how to motivate people. We always say the public sector, we don't find motivated people, but Konkan Railway employees were the most motivated lot one could find, not only in the Indian railway system, but probably in the entire public sector, or for that matter probably in any entity in India. So this organization should not be dismantled. The system, the procedure, the people, the commitment should also kept intact, and we should try to undertake the jobs elsewhere. But sir, for some reason, we would have to displace with some people, then I think it is the duty of the railway authorities to absorb them in the parent organization, and they should not lose jobs, because 56,000 locals, 56,000 casual workers are getting jobs, so the people from Konkan Railway should not be, at their expense, this should not be implemented. Sir, one request I would make to Honorable Minister, because he is really, I must compliment him for having recognized the services of many veterans in the field, and he has been naming many veteran people and giving their names for the railway project. Sir, this railway project is a brainchild of Mr. A.B. Walawalkar. Sir, when nobody thought about railways, Konkan Railway, everybody thought it's a foolish idea to even think about it. Mr. A.B. Walawalkar, who no longer lives, really professed and propagated this idea till the last breath. And sir, when the project is complete, it is the responsibility of all of us to recognize the dream, recognize the contribution of this great visionary, Mr. A.B. Walawalkar. And sir, this project should be really named after him. And also, I would request Mr. Ramvilas Paswanji, the minister, to also recognize the role of Mr. Nathpai, who was a veteran parliamentarian, and all those who have been really in this house for a long time would remember his contribution. Sir, probably his name also should be finding some place in some places. Sir, there are some demands made by some locals. The Konkan Railway passes through two districts of Ratnagiri and Sindhudurga, but it does not halt anywhere besides Ratnagiri town in any other part of Ratnagiri district, and in Sindhudurga district it halts only in one place. So it is really necessary that those stations which are created should be used, and the train must halt at more stations than what it halts now. Sir, we must really like to know, because this annual report and also the budget statement makes a passing reference to Konkan Railway. Though Konkan Railway Corporation is a separate legal entity, it is part of the Konkan Railway, part of the Indian Railways operation. Sir, how much debt that we have raised, and when we are going to start the repayment of the debt, though it is an interest-free bond, that's why the coupon rate is only 9.5% to 10%. The interest liability as well as the principal, when we are going to repay, how much is the liability that we are going to, how are we going to amortize this liability and over what period of time, and for that what additional burden would be there on the Konkan Railway Corporation, and whether income tax free.
Because you said interest free.
It's a tax free bond, yes. It's a tax free bond, yes. Sorry. Sir, I would also like to know, because the Konkan Railway Corporation is a separate corporation, is it part of the Indian Railways or not? Because some of the officers in Konkan Railway are not asking ex-members of parliament who have been here for 15-20 years, saying that he cannot travel by this railway because your pass as an ex-MP is valid only on Indian Railways and on Konkan Railways. So probably the Konkan Railway Corporation is thinking that though it's a separate legal entity, it is outside the purview of Indian Railways, and probably we must remind them that they are also part of the Indian Railways, and I am sure the Railway Minister would certainly let them know about this. Yes, and
ships to be
Parliament.
Just I want to, what do you mean to say that the former member of parliament, they are not being allowed in that Konkan Railway?
Yes, sir.
Not been recognized.
Sir, one Mr. Bapusaheb Parulekar, who has been a very illustrious member of parliament and a very well-known lawyer, about 75 years of age, was refused entry into railways because he thought that he was possessing this ex-MP's pass. And sir, this is very unfortunate, and I had to apologize to him on your behalf. I am sure I have the right to do that.
If that is so, I today declare that